We're going to take an objective look at this latest incident with ADA vet advocacy and a Trimet driver. And we're going to look at this logically and without emotion. We're going to take a critical look at what actually happened and what my take is on it.
You're going to turn me away because I demand my rights? Seriously? How? Really? Okay.
So now she's...
All right, what happened there is that she pulled up and started putting out the lift and then realized it was him, then asked him if he was videotaping. He didn't actually answer yes. And then she put the lift back in and said, take the next bus, take the next bus. Okay, so she decided she didn't want him on the bus. Now, let's be honest about that. If bus drivers could decide who they want to ride on their bus and who they don't want to ride on their bus, that would kind of be the end of public transportation, wouldn't it? Because now you're allowing the bus drivers to decide who they want to ride and who they don't. Actually, that happens a lot. I mean, I've listened to a lot of calls for a lot of years, and there are a lot of drivers who make subjective decisions about who's going to ride with them. And that leads me to the next point, is there's over 1,000 drivers at Trimet, and every single one of those drivers does the job differently. There is no uniformity in the operation, and there never will be. Every bus driver has their own set of ethics or ideas about the way they want to do the job, and that's how it's done. There are no rules and regulations for bus drivers in the field. No matter what you want to think, there's SOP this, it doesn't mean anything, because the drivers that are out there are going to regulate their bus the way they want to. And that's the reality of the situation. Public transportation is a game of chance, really. And I remember when I was working there, how happy people were to see me, because they knew who I was, and they knew they were going to get this ride without any trouble. And I knew plenty of drivers when I was there that the riders didn't like for various reasons. I don't want to get into that here. That's not the point of the video. I'm not trying to criticize anybody, but I know how things work, okay? And the way it works is that every bus driver does it differently, and you as a rider are subject to that. Okay, this is government. Government is not accountable, and that includes everybody that's in that structure. Now, she made a subjective judgment. She didn't want to see him. And while I find it ridiculous that she did that, and I think that it's wrong, there is precedent for it. I have seen it before. Okay, it's not the first time I've seen this. And drivers are usually given the leeway to do this. It's been my experience. You know, he never threatened her. Let's get this clear. He never threatened her. And all this guy is trying to do is use the transit system without a hassle. Okay, I know that for a fact. He's not trying to be a hassle to people, but he's been having trouble. And since he's been having trouble, he's been videotaping his adventures, which is really all the public can do here, because there is nowhere you can go you can make a complaint if you want, but good luck with that. Okay, unless it's something severe, they're not going to do anything about it. Okay, unless you know somebody who knows somebody, they're not going to do anything. They might get back to you, they might not. In this case, they never did get back to him. So my opinion on this is she was wrong about rejecting him for a ride. Now, whether she'll pay for that or not, I don't know. But there's another part to this before we stop the video, okay? That's my opinion, is that she has no business making those kind of... He never threatened her. He's not a physical threat. And you live in the year 2018, and everybody has a video camera. Everybody, all right? You're always on video. Don't you understand? Why can't bus drivers get that through their head? There is no privacy in that seat. You don't have privacy. Not only does the public tape you, but Trimet does too. So, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a situation which is, it's sad that it has to be like this, but it is like this. It's always been like this, and it will always be like this. You're subject to the rules that the driver that you're dealing with has. Now, let's listen to the next part.
This is Block 7510. I'm approaching Lombard and Van Huden going toward Milwaukee.
7510. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I just turned out a passenger, and he is a passenger that has videotaped me and put me on YouTube before. I'm seriously feeling like I'm having a panic attack just trying to get my bus away from him, and I left him. He's going to have to take the next bus, and he just continued to videotape me yet again.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me say I'm sorry that happened to you. There are some folks out there who have no idea of how to be a human being, and I'm sorry that happened to you. Secondly, are you okay to continue right now?
I'm trying to calm down. My blood pressure just through the ceiling, and I couldn't get my bus maneuvered to get away from him, and he just continued to videotape me, so I'm trying to bring myself down from that, but I need to sit a minute, so I can focus on my drive.
Okay. Do I need to get somebody over there to help you out? Talk to you? Do you need to just pull over and wait?
I just needed a couple minutes, and I needed to let you know what happened and why it happened in case he decides he's going to call in, which I'm sure he's going to put me on YouTube again.
Okay, I understand. Is this something that he's done? I mean, obviously you had this done once before with him. Is he looking for you to do this, or is this he randomly found you again?
I don't know. But I know he's done it to other female drivers. He takes a 75, he usually gets them at Pier Park.
And I know we have folks out there who feel it's their job to YouTube our drivers and put everything out there, which is not right. But they do. All right, so he just happened to, you're driving this bus and he happened along there, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know that he knew that I was out today. So I don't think there's no way for him to stalk me. I hope not, because that would scare the bejesus out of me.
All right. I would suggest that when you get back to the garage or when you have an opportunity, talk about this situation with your station manager. See how they want you to handle it. Calling us and letting us know is fine. Personally, I don't know how to handle it myself, so I'm not sure where we would proceed from here. So I'd be looking for some direction myself about what to do with this.
Okay, that's fine. I'll talk to somebody when I get back to the garage.
All right, and if you need anything between now and then, don't hesitate to let me know.
Copy that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, well, first comment I want to make is the dispatcher's doing what the dispatcher is supposed to do, and that is soothe the driver, okay? He doesn't want to make the driver more upset, and he wants to try to make the driver feel better, so he did all that right. I have no criticism about the way he handled it other than he was trying to, when I was working there, and I know this is ancient history and nobody really cares, but the dispatchers can be really a vindictive bunch of people, and I personally had this happen to me. I was having some kind of a deal with one of the other drivers, and yes, I remember now. I was filming stuff. And those of you who know me and remember me, I was running around that place videotaping everything, before there were rules on this. I was just having a field day doing a video log of what's going on in Trimet. So one of these drivers freaked out and called dispatch about me, and the dispatchers don't like me, and they never had, okay, because I was taping my conversations with them, okay? I was doing that, and anyway, I got a hold of the conversation that she had with the dispatcher. I don't think it might have been the same dispatcher. And the dispatcher was actually encouraging the driver to sue me on tape. I heard that he was actually encouraging that. So these dispatchers, they were my least favorite people at Trimet. I avoided them at all. I never called them for anything. I would hunt down a road supervisor before I would call them. Had nothing to do with them. And the one time I did need them, they ignored me. I had somebody that was going to assault me. They didn't answer. And I'm sure that was intentional. I'm sure they intentionally went, oh, that's Margulies. Let's ignore it. Because that's how they are down there, okay? When you get on the wrong side of one of those groups, they take a vendetta against you. And once again, that's just life, man. That's how life works. It's not just Trimet. That's everywhere that happens. You know, if people don't like you, they won't respond to you. So, you know, his leading her into saying that, oh, maybe he's stalking you. It's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit. And I know their operators are like trying to turn this into some kind of stalking thing, but they're wrong. All right, I know that for sure. That's completely wrong. And I suppose you're trying to defend yourselves, but whatever, it's wrong. He's trying to get home. Okay, so the dispatcher did the right thing. He soothed her. He made her feel better, and that's their job, okay? And that guy West there, his voice is very soothing. It's a very good hire on their part for the way he does his job. It's very, very, very good. And my personal experience was bad, but I know that generally speaking, he's very good at his job. As I don't think any of them are bad, actually. I've been listening to them for years, and they all do a pretty good job. Okay. That's enough of the dispatch. Now let's talk about the operator. She's not faking, okay? That's not a fake out. She's definitely shaken up, okay? So we know that she's not faking. All right, so she's got shooken up by this guy. What's happened here is she's internalized this experience with him. Okay, she's made it part of her mind. She's let that get in her mind, and man, oh man, I can tell you, if you're going to let these riders get to you like that, you're never going to make it long term as a bus driver, okay? You're not going to make it if you let this kind of shit bother you. All right, you have to have a tough skin to do this job. So what, he's taping you? Who cares? So what, he puts you on YouTube? Who cares? Why do you care? It's not the CBS Evening News, okay? Nothing's going to happen as a result of it. You're overly paranoid. And I don't really know. I don't know any of these people that I've been listening to lately. They're all new people, and I hear a lot of people that need to really toughen up if they're going to do this job, because the public is not going to change. Okay, they're not going to change. You're going to have to, if you can't deal with this, you're going to have to leave or find something else, because the public is getting worse. Okay, things are getting worse out there, and you need to learn how to let it roll off your head. I mean, I can give you lots of incidents where people were right in my face screaming at me, and I never called. I didn't call in on that stuff. I had one guy try to hit me. I didn't call in on that. I never called in on anything unless somebody actually hurt me or something. And you just roll with that, and you keep going. And I know lots of 20, 30-plus year operators who went their whole careers without having situations like I went 20 years without having anything like this. I did have something like that. I never called anybody about it. I just dealt with it. And so I know she was scared or she's upset. And I feel bad about that. And in his own video, and I'll link to that, I'll link to his video on the description part of this video. He's right when he was commenting that this is just a misunderstanding and the management hasn't corrected it really is. He's right. It's a misunderstanding between that driver and that rider. If they could just sit down and talk to each other like two human beings, this situation wouldn't be happening. But the management, who knows what they are? Who knows what they're doing? Who knows what they do? Nobody knows what they do. They're never around when you need them, are they? So it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation for everybody involved. He's stuck standing there, and she's all upset. It's lose-lose. So I don't know. I'll be interested to hear how this plays out. I think he's going to the board next, and so that will be entertaining. I mean, I haven't seen this much excitement since Lane Jensen days.
Most terms are between 2 and 4 years, and all board and commission members are subject to a true 2-term limit. Why is Ms. Schweitzer allowed to serve more than 2 terms?
I'll tell you what, Lane, when we're done, we will give you a little education on how the appointment process works.
I got it directly from the governor, so why are you not following the rules? Why are you breaking the rules?
Lane, please, you're out of order. If I could ask